Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to this edition of SportsView. Good evening, Joe, and welcome.
Good evening, Pat.
We are streaming out live on Facebook and on our YouTube channel on Monday, the 23rd of February. And we have another member of our panel going to join us soon, hopefully. But we have the usual uh, pieces to discuss tonight. We have the Premiership Cross Channel, we have rugby, golf, snooker, and tennis. In the Premiership over the weekend, there was wins for Arsenal, Liverpool, Fulham, Palace, Brighton, and Man City. Tonight, the last game in the Premiership, Man United are away to Everton tonight, kicking off by around 8 o'clock. We'll keep you updated on any progress in that. Joe, our friend VAR again, gave Liverpool a goal by the width of a football boot.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched
Did you
that.
see that?
I did. Yeah, I watched it. I, to me, I don't understand. Uh, I don't understand the law of the game anymore and how they're applying it. Because I mean, if it, he's the top of his body was offside. I mean, it was past the defender. You can clearly see in the picture that his arm is this much offside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they go down to his feet. Yeah, I mean, I just don't get it. It really is. It's gone so far now that um, that I don't even know if it's worth keeping the thing around. And just we've said it before, at least you can handle with a referee and a linesman, But I'm watching things now where they're letting things play on when a guy is clearly offside, and it makes no sense to me that you're doing that. The linesman is there. I mean, that's the job. The linesman's number one job is offside.
Yeah.
The ball out play and offside.
That's
And
all he has to say there.
and I don't know why they're not allowed to do it. Or let VAR sort it out afterwards. No, put your flag up. And of course,
And
they'll turn around and say, well, if he was onside, but I'm talking about the blatant ones when they're 2 yards offside and you can see what's going on. I mean, if it's a tight one, I can understand it. But
yeah.
they were talking in the paper last week. They had one VAR that went for 8 minutes before they made a decision on it.
I'm just wondering, do they need a referee at all? Good evening, Darwin.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Darwin, we're just talking about VAR and offside.
Oh, wow.
The goal that Liverpool got.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
I did, yeah. I mean,
I don't
you start. Go on.
I don't think it should have been a goal.
I'm just getting I'm just getting confused because I thought VAR was supposed to come in when there was something clear and obvious or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the more you watch some of these things that are coming up on VAR, they're getting involved in more parts of the game than what they were originally supposed to, aren't they?
That's right. That's true. That's what Joe was saying there. One incident took 8 minutes to sort out on VAR. It's. I just wonder, is there any need for a referee anymore?
Well,
you can't. You start thinking about that, don't you?
Well, I mean, the whole thing with it, they have two different systems going. That one is for goal line technology, Hawkeye, and then you got VAR for the other stuff. Well, what about the VAR one where the incident where there was so many bodies involved in it and the goalkeeper was off his line and what have you, and it didn't detect it because it can't tell the difference between a goalkeeper and a field player.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So they had to use the other system to look at it from that, and it's just I don't know it just blows me away that we can't let
I mean,
referee. I mean, go on.
there's actually three systems running because you've got that automatic offside.
Right, well that's the one I was talking about, the automatic offside one
Yeah,
that they've got now, and that's the one that can't determine between the
yeah.
goalkeeper and the
Yeah.
field players. So
I mean,
and
Joe, like, the three of us have all watched football from being kids, haven't we? Right?
oh yeah,
And we've all watched football going from the for me the late 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and so on. Right? In the 80s and 90s, Joe, you were playing. Were referees getting it that wrong?
no,
I don't
no,
remember thinking to myself, you know, that's 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 so wrong. That's off the scale. I mean, it never seemed to be that bad, and I don't know whether it's just because we're old farts and we're looking back in rose-coloured spectacles, or what. But to me, it's even creeping into rugby.
yeah,
All of
Yeah.
that VAR nonsense. I mean, like, without changing the subject, but that croc roll tackle by the Wales scrum half, there is no way that was a dangerous croc roll tackle.
No. No.
And you sit there and with the football, like Pat just said, 8 minutes to come up with a decision. I mean, you know, 1966, was the ball over the line or not? We can all argue that, but some of that is the mysteries of football, isn't it? The mysteries of
well,
sport.
and that's the beauty of the game. I mean, we were. I remember in the 70s when I was at Leicester and we were in the second division, and in two games in a row uh, at the double decker end. One game I think was against Portsmouth. I forget who the other game was against. And one, it was in the days when you had the old stanchions, the one that
Yeah,
came out and then down the back.
Yeah.
Well, one, a goal was disallowed for the ball hitting the stanchion and coming out.
yeah,
And it happened so fast that the referee nor the linesman could see it, right? The next home game, the ball hit the outside of the stanchion and came out, and the referee and the linesman gave a goal.
yeah.
So, but there were things that happened, and they
Well,
were part of the game, right? That's why they went to the kind of U-shaped one that the ball
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to bounce out from it and what have you. So in the finish, but there's always been mistakes, and I mean offside has changed. I remember scoring a goal at West Ham uh, when we were in the second division, and uh, there was one of our players. Ball came out from a corner. Uh, it gets cleared out. West Ham pushed up. The ball came to me. I hit it with my left foot, and it went in the corner. And we had one of our lads that didn't push out. He's nowhere near the ball and nowhere near the goalkeeper, and it was given offside. Same thing at Sheffield Wednesday. I scored a goal from 30 yards, right? No one anywhere near me, right? Our players. One of our players was offside to the left, 25, 30 yards away from the play. And
he's a long leg, isn't he?
and the linesman put it up for offside. So that was, that was the law at the time. So it's kind of like, you know, you have to go with it, and that's the beauty of the the officials, the human factor. You know,
Yeah,
there's way more games played in soccer without VAR than there are
yeah.
I
played
was
with it.
I was just going to say that if people want to see real soccer, I watched this Saturday night the highlight program on ITV for the championship and the second and third division, the League Two and League Three, and it was a joy to watch it, you know. And
Yeah,
there was no fighting or hullabaloo in the terraces. The referees ref the match. Okay, everybody is human. There will be small things, but it was just a different. It's
But
like a different sport.
in
yeah,
golf, you'd call that rub the green,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Sometimes
Yeah,
one week it's going to go for you, the following week it's going to go against you. Swings and
Yeah,
roundabouts, right?
yeah,
The,
that's
I
it.
mean, the other day, I can't remember what match it was. I want to say it was something like Brentford or Brighton or somebody like that, and they flagged off offside with that automatic linesman thing, and his
yeah.
elbow. You know where they draw that line, the pane of glass down, and shows where you've broke the pane.
Yeah,
It was his elbow, and when I say his elbow, I don't mean like his elbow bent like that. It was it was it was like a pimple of skin that broke the pane of glass, saying he's offside.
but this is what we were talking about. The Liverpool one, Van Dijk. If you look at the photograph from the side, Van Dijk's white shirt is his shoulder is beyond the Nottingham Forest player,
Yeah,
right? And when the line is drawn, they go to the feet.
yeah,
So how is it one week an elbow is offside, and this week a shoulder is not offside?
It's
and that,
it's
That's
and
it's
that's you sit there and you as a fan you can't. To me, that I wouldn't say I'm losing interest in football, but I'm getting to the point now where it's like, oh, what now? Now we're going to VAR now. Oh, here we go.
yeah. Well,
And
yeah,
before we all lose interest in football, um, the standings on the Premiership for people, and bear in mind that Man United are playing tonight, so their position on the table could change by one position if they win tonight. Arsenal are on 61 points, Man City on 56, Villa 51, Chelsea 45, Man United 45, Liverpool 45, and Brentford 40. So if United win tonight, they'll be up to fourth place. So they're playing at the moment, and it is nil all in the game after a quarter of an hour. They are playing away to Everton. In the Championship, Coventry had a good win. Coventry 65, Middlesbrough 62, Millwall 56, Ipswich 54, Hull 54, who are they? Birmingham on 49, and Derby County on 48. So Coventry are 3 points ahead of Middlesbrough, going well for the two automatic. There's two automatic promotion. Wrexham, I beg you. Wrexham are in the mix at 51 points. I couldn't read my own writing, but it's good. It's exciting. You know, it's exciting the championship. But there's 46 games in the championship. You know that's and plus all the other games, the League Cup and the FA Cup as well to contend with. So it's a huge commitment for all the clubs in the championship. You know, and a big test of their resources for a long year like that. You know, so when a team comes up from the championship to the Premiership, they're really they have no time to rest. In one sense, you know, they have to make their mark early on as well. So it's a huge testament to the club and their resources. But well done to Ireland so far. We have to turn now that Dermot is here. We can cover rugby union. And I know, Dermot, did you see the massacre in Twickenham over the weekend? Um,
yeah, I mean that that was. I mean, England's have turned into France, haven't they? Which one turns up? I mean, they got battered, didn't they?
yeah, they were whacked. There's no
Yeah,
doubt about it. France beat
absolutely
Italy.
battered.
33-8. The most unluckiest team the weekend, I thought, was Wales. Wales played a terrific game of rugby, in my opinion. They contested the game very well. They're a very, very young team, but they lost their out half, was it? They lost their out half for injury. He was having a terrific game, but they lost it
Yeah.
through injury. But Scotland just got over the line against them. But I think Wales there's a lot more positives for Wales in that loss than before, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
think
they did well. I mean, they should have won it, shouldn't they? Let's face it.
They should have. They should have.
I mean,
But,
interesting with the Finn Russell retake after the conversion, isn't it? Or the penalty. Because he had the ball, he'd already got the ball from the halfway line.
yeah.
And was standing on the halfway line when the ball went over the penalty, over the bar. And they were ready to kick off. And the Wales team, there were still 2 players in the Welsh team that were still in the Scotland half.
Yeah. Good thinking.
So again,
that's thinking.
Yeah, clever. But again, you sit there and kind of go, well, hang on a sec.
Well, France,
2 Welsh players are not even in.
But
in their own.
You can't restart the game with 2 players behind the ball.
No.
But they
did. France got a similar try against Italy. Very similar. Dupont kicked the ball.
Clever. I mean, you can't take it away from Finn Russell with the idea. And it was obviously pre.
But where did he get the ball from?
From the halfway line.
Because their restart. Their restart.
Right.
Yeah, he went
the Welsh team
wasn't
tuned in.
Where the dugout was, he'd already gone and got the ball to restart the match.
So, but isn't that illegal, having 2 balls on the field at the same time?
Well, apparently once the ball's gone over the crossbar, it's out of play now. But normally there's a ball boy catches it and throws it straight back to the fullback, who kicks it up to the halfway line, isn't it?
Yeah.
But this time they kicked the ball, got kicked back by the ball boy to the fullback, to whatever his name is, Clayhorn or whatever his name is. But Finn Russell and the wingers had basically gone forwards to the halfway line waiting, and they've already got a ball in his hand ready to go, and he drop kicked it, and there were still 2 Wales players in the Scotland half.
Yeah, and as I said, are Wales playing France next? Is it?
They've got.
Ireland. Are they playing Ireland? Is it?
No, I think it is. No, they're away to Ireland, I think.
All right.
Yeah, because they've got the Blues. The Blues are at home, so they've got France, Scotland, and Ireland, and Italy at home. So their next game is away in Ireland, I think.
Oh yeah, well they'll be singing in Dublin. Before we leave soccer, I want to put up a table here. My adopted team, there they are. Joe, Ballyrig Rose. They're top of the Lowland League, as you can see from table.
Look at 8th place. Look at 8th place. It's interesting, isn't it?
Celtic B.
Yeah.
There's some very interesting teams there.
So what would happen if Celtic B got promoted up into the Championship, the Division 1 in Scotland?
Yeah.
I don't think they can.
There's 34 games in that division.
So, the Hearts B team is in there as well.
What do you have here?
Oh yeah. Oh, Lothian B team, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a team we latched onto 2 years ago.
Celtic versus Celtic B. Would that be a derby?
There.
So,
That'd
if
be
you
quite
have
brilliant.
any interest in soccer, we like to follow the underdogs.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sports News the program, and you're welcome to make any comments you like in here to the show, or even come online or come into the studio, give us your email, and you're more welcome. We'll just move on quickly to golf, the Genesis Invitational. I didn't realise that Tiger Woods is the host of that, Derwin.
Yeah, he's so Genesis were an old sponsor,
Yeah.
but basically it's like it would have been the Tiger Woods Invitational, but they fly under the banner of Genesis because obviously Woods don't want to put any money up himself into it.
Anyway,
And I think he does about 3 corporate days a year for Genesis.
well, Bridgman won the tournament at minus 18, and he won $4 million for himself. And Shane Lowry finished at minus 7. Well, Rory McIlroy was runner up in that. He was a shot
Yeah,
behind him. At one stage, Bridgman was 7 shots clear of the field. At one
yeah.
stage, and
I
so
think
I mean, it was a really
I
tight
think
finish.
I think he started feeling the pressure a little bit. I think.
Yeah, he did. On the DP World Tour, they were down in Kenya the weekend, the Kenyan Open. Casey Jarvis from South Africa won that. Another one of those astonishing scores that I make comment on. Minus 25. I mean, minus 25. I know what kind of a course they're playing on.
So
62, 60.
Mathega Club's lovely. It's a really nice golf course, but it's really old fashioned. There would
Yeah,
have been. I mean, I played the Kenyan Open about 8-9 times around Mathega because Sudbury Golf Club, where I started my little pro life,
yeah,
that was twinned with Mathega, and one of the members from Mathega was a member at Sudbury, so they had a twinning. But I must have played 8 or 9, maybe 10 Kenyan Opens, and in my day with wooden clubs, and even with when it switched towards metal, there was probably 2 or 3 par fours that you could nearly knock it on. So now you would be knocking irons onto those greens.
well,
So lovely, really nice
you,
golf course.
you probably, what's his name? Matt McIlroy go around there in 50, would he?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I think Nat McElroy would break 60 around there without even batting an eyelid. I think DeChambeau definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. 62, 65, 66, and 62. That's what he shot.
Yeah,
Mark Powell from Ireland, he got into the tournament. He finished at minus 9 for himself, you know. You can imagine Brisbane won $4 million in America, and for winning the Kenyan Open, the man won $390,000. So there's a big difference there, you
yeah.
know. The Honda LPGA, the ladies tournament, was the Thailand Open, Thailand, and it was won by Atiya Titikul, the lady from Thailand. I won't repeat her name. Once is enough.
Uh,
But
you made
she
that
won the
sound
tournament.
very. Yeah,
Titikul. She won
you
at
sound like
minus 20, minus 24, minus 24. Leona Maguire was playing that as well. She finished at minus 10. So, but the winner of the Thailand Open ladies won $121,000. So it's a big change from $4 million as well. But that's the way sport is. It's the sponsors as well and what it attracts, and I suppose it's coverage on the. Although they got very good coverage on the Golf Channel, that is the Ladies Open I think Honda sponsors the main sponsors of it, but it looked to be
I
very well attended as well.
think it's just difficult for all the other. I mean, the European tour now is a feeder tour for America. It's nothing more than America's second tour. it's not the same as it was.
No, I mean, Live Golf has taken a lot of money out of the system. It's an extra layer, and it has attracted a good few sponsors as well. I know it's at the last tournament they had was in Adelaide. Was it Adelaide? The
Yeah,
Adelaide Open. I mean, that was very very well attended. You know.
I mean
But
they're
is that
still. Go on, Joe.
is that such a bad thing though?
No,
With
no.
the European tour, I mean, you know, you think back a few years ago, how many Europeans were playing on the American tour? You know, when you think back to it, and now we've got so many going over there that I mean, the Americans already have the system in place because they have it in place from high school through college and through the
Yeah,
whole thing.
the
Where
university
they're,
system has
yeah,
attracted a lot of players.
so now we've got more players coming through the systems to play in Europe to advance to the and Live. To be honest, has got to have helped that a little bit because that has thinned out the 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 PGA kind of thing and taken half of what they have and spread it out
Yeah.
that way. So now it makes more room for people coming through. So, I mean, it's
And
not
they've
such a
got,
bad thing.
you're right, Joe, and they've got partial points. They've got partial points on the system for winning, you know, points towards the ranking points. But it's only,
Live
I'm not,
Live's not Live.
they made up a new rule for Live Golf. They give ranking points to the top 10 players,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know, and they have,
Live's not diluted it. Live's actually increased it, I
it
think.
has,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I think, you know, if you look at some of the younger top players on the European tour, that they are moving across towards Live because of the money, but then they're also got one eye to switch back across to the PGA Tour once they've established themselves. And European Tour now, if you win a tour event, you've got playing privileges in America. So the kid who's won in Kenya has now got playing privilege. All right, he might only play 6 events in America, but he's got
Right.
the opportunity there to go and do really well, get his card, and he's off to America. And so me saying it's a feeder tour is because, you know, when I was playing on it, that European tour was full of superstars,
Yeah.
and they didn't have as many opportunities in America because America was still a bit of a shut, closed off shop just for Americans.
yeah, yeah.
It was
And
only when, like, it started with Lyle, really, in the mid 80s when Lyle won the Players Championship and then won
yeah,
the Masters.
yeah,
And then along comes Langer, along comes Faldo, Woosnam, and you can
Balanceiros,
Seve, obviously. Yeah, you
Seven,
can reel them off. Then your Lazabal, but they played enough events in America, but they didn't base themselves over there. They were in Europe, but went to America to play events, but came back. Well, now those European players like your Lowrys, Fitzpatrick, McIlroy, Justin
Hovland,
Rose, Hovland, you name them, that Ryder Cup team, Fleetwood, they're now
yep,
based in America and only fly back for the odd event in Europe, where it was in that golden era of that European Ryder Cup team being sort of all superstars. They were playing in Europe with the odd event in America. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
yeah,
the
So
European
and
how?
very
and many of those flagship tournaments, as I call it in Europe, that attracted golfers from all over the world, like the Volvo Masters, like
yeah,
the BMW years ago,
yeah.
and you know, they've gone down a lot, gone down
Yeah,
a lot.
they've lost a little bit of their kudos and prestige
They have, yeah,
because it's more, you know, I know I'm an old dinosaur, but I sit there and if you ask me to tell you the top 10 on the European tour, I wouldn't know it. Whereas if you'd asked me that in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, you would have named them off straight off like that. But I can't now because I'm so far out of touch with it. You know, like the kid who wins in Kenya. You know, I'm like, I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a good player, and he's great, fantastic. But
so,
you know,
question for you.
Sandy Lyle and Faldo would have played in the Kenyan Open.
Good.
At one time in the early 80s, Lyle won the Kenyan Open.
Yeah.
And he played with Faldo in the last round.
So
now, if you said to McIlroy, go and play in the Kenyan Open, first of all, he'd fall off his chair with laughing. And if you own the Kenyan Open, you'd have to be stumping up $1 million to get in there, which is more than what the purse is.
Yeah. So how did the guys from Europe manage to live in America? How did they do it? Because when I came over here, I came over on a H1 visa, and then they got me a green card. So and then that means you're a permanent resident when you get a green card. So how did the golf guys do it? Did they get visas, work visas, or do they get green cards?
They go over on what's called a B visa, so that's allowing you to play tournaments in America, and then they get basically residency because they're based there, and they've changed the rules a little bit on all of that. So if you were a Ryder Cup player, you can go and live in America tomorrow because you're standing. A little bit like footballers coming over to Europe or coming over to Britain. If you've been an international for Mexico, you could play for us. You'll get your visa through the post. It'll be there immediately.
Yeah.
Right.
If you've not played for Mexico and you're a little Mexican player, that's a harder battle for you to get a work permit, come into UK to play for Arsenal. But if you've played for Mexico once, you can get your visa straight away. And the way they do that in America with the golfers is that if you've won a tournament in Europe, if you've played the Ryder Cup, if you've got X amount of pounds behind you, you're in.
Yeah, it was the same in football. You got a H1 visa if you played international football.
Yeah, we have to credit your man from Belgium, Bosman, who changed all that, the Bosman ruling in the European Cup. He changed all that movement of players and all of that situation about people.
I mean, it
was
quite
quite
interesting. I say the other day, I was reading one of like 424 magazine. This is a while back, probably 2 years ago. The amount of players that some of the Premier League teams have gone and based themselves out and sponsored a team in Senegal or Ivory Coast or the Congo, because when they got academies in those countries, they can fast track players across. So I'm playing for the Arsenal Academy in Ivory Coast. I'm a 15-year-old. I can be pulled straight across to play in the Arsenal Academy in North London because I'm part of that academy. Yeah. Whereas if that little kid in Ivory Coast was spotted by you, Joe, and you spoke to Arteta and said, I've got this kid, he's mustard, he can come over for a trial, but he won't get his work permit because he hasn't got enough standing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if he's part of the Arsenal Academy in Ivory Coast, he can come straight across. So all the Premier League teams have got these academies based all over the world, but there's still an amazing amount of where the agents can't get these players in because they haven't got the right credentials to get a work permit.
It's interesting, all right. The Man United Everton match is still nil all after 38 minutes for people who might be on the edge of their seat for that tonight. Anyway, we had in Stoker over the weekend. We had the Players' Championship, which was confined to the top 16 players. Now Ronnie O'Sullivan withdrew before the tournament, and John Higgins got his place because he was outside the top 16. As it transpired, he made the final, but Zhao Jingtong from China beat him 10-7. Higgins went into the lead in that match 7-6, but Zhao Jingtong took the last four frames in a whirlwind of fantastic snooker, in my opinion. He won 150 grand for his troubles, and there are now 5 Chinese players in the top 16 in the world. The man that won the Players' Championship is hotly tipped to win the World Championship. Zhao Zitong with there's 2 or 3 Chinese players there who are absolutely fantastic when they get going. There's no stopping them, and they're so fast as well. Very quick players. Anyway, that's it. I see that Ronnie O'Sullivan signed up to play in the Seniors Tournament, the World Seniors Tournament, which is on in May in the Crucible. I think the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th of May, that weekend of May. And it's only €17.50 to get into it. I think it's
Yeah.
to see some of those players. It's astonishing. The price of tickets.
That's easy money for O'Sullivan.
Huh?
That's easy
You
money
think he'll
for
win it?
O'Sullivan. No, I would have thought so. He don't have to even have a queue to win that, does he?
His name alone will pack the Crucible anyway. So
I mean,
they're
Dennis
all,
I can't see one at the table now, can he?
yeah. Huh?
But that's funny you said that though. I mean, take golf for instance, right? And how many times have guys, when they got to the age, switched over to the seniors tour in golf
Yeah.
and totally dominated it?
Yeah, loads.
There have been a lot of guys that have done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to say Darren Clark would be the last of the big names who switched from European Tour or a world tour, shall we say? Went to seniors.
Harrington won a good few seniors.
Yeah,
Harrington.
Harrington. Same. And if you
But I
look
mean,
through,
Paddy
They're
Harrington
not,
though
they're not,
has,
they're not Langer.
but did
Langer,
he?
yeah.
I mean, did Langer totally dominate the seniors tour?
Yeah,
Did he?
totally.
Did he win all the big ones when he changed
Yeah,
over
he did.
the first
He did.
year?
And
Yeah.
Juventus as well. Jimenez, Miguel Angel Jimenez is playing on the seniors tour. He does Stuart Sink and good couple of them.
I think there was a stat on Langer that Langer in his European US tour prime won something like 30 million or something, and in the seniors he's won about 90.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, because he went one year he literally, I think he won something like 6 or 7 on the bounce when he turned 50.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still competitive. I mean, all of that seniors tour, when you look at it, even if you go far back as Palmer and Nicholas, and not so much Nicholas because he didn't really want to play it, but with Watson when he turned 50 went and won, and it gave him the appetite to come back and play in the Open and stuff like that, and he nearly won the Open, if you remember,
Right.
against Stuart Singh. And that was really through the seniors tour. You know, Norman had a big revival when he went on the seniors tour. A lot. Ray Floyd. You can go back all the time. Don't matter which name you throw up. When they struggle from 45 to 50, they struggle playing on the main tour. I mean, they'll still win money. Don't get me wrong, but they're not going to win tournaments. And then they hit that 50.
So was
They hit that.
Floyd the last person, the last oldest person to win a major on the regular tour?
I would say so.
Did he win the Masters when he was like 50 or something like that? Or was it?
He might have won the USPGA or something like that as a young 50.
Or was it Mark O'Mara? Didn't he?
It would
win
have been
something?
Mark O'Meara would have done the same thing.
Yeah, when he was
Watkins would have done the same thing when he crossed over into the 50. So that they have about 5 years on the main tour, where on the seniors tour where they really clean up, because they come from the main tour. They're still competitive. They're still flexible. They're still they're hungry to win, because it's suddenly they become the hot shot. They're the youngster in
the pain in the bones hasn't gone on yet.
Yeah,
and they're playing shorter courses, and that it's only some of those tournaments are only 3 rounds. They can use a buggy.
It's only 3 rounds in many of them. Yeah,
a lot of it
interesting.
fits into place, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Clark did really well because he didn't have to walk the courses.
Yeah.
Because he put some timber on, and he didn't have to walk courses anymore. He jumped in a buggy. So, I mean, you kind of go, like Harrington's an interesting one, because when Harrington went on that seniors tour, he did really, really well. He was still walking. But at the same time, Harrington was still competing on the European tour as well.
He was.
So he was still 50-something to still win on the European.
The modern superstar of men's tennis, Alcaraz, won the Dubai Open in tennis. For people who might have missed that over the week, and terrific win for him. Sinner was beaten in the quarterfinal by a Czech player, Jakub, who's the up and coming Czech player. Should keep an eye on. The Winter Olympics finished the weekend. Joe, was there a bit of a kerfuffle between America and Canada in the ice hockey?
Yeah. yeah. That was it. That was interesting to watch that.
Yeah.
So it went into overtime. So did the men and the women play each other in the finals in the gold medal games?
I don't know that. I was reading about the men's when I read the US won.
So in the overtime, as I got to the overtime, they were playing 3 versus 3 in the overtime.
Yeah,
did anyone see that?
Yeah, it's like a bit like golden goal, isn't it? Type situation.
Yeah, but they only played 3 versus 3 instead of having 5 versus 5 on the ice.
Do you know?
So I just found that fascinating that they dropped down to that.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. Just to get up here, the United States, they went undefeated in the competition. They beat Canada 2-1 in overtime in the women's final. So they won both the men's and women's hockey gold medal.
Right, that's what I thought.
We had our own hero. There's our half pipe skater. What's his name? Is it Lynch? Donald Lynch is his name, I think. God, I forgot to write down his name. Anyway, he competed at he made to our first Winter Olympic finalist ever in the history of Winter Olympics.
Have you seen?
Yeah, I was just reading about that.
I'm just waiting for his name from my producer here.
Have you seen Have you seen the skiing event they're doing for
Ben Lynch in the
women?
half pipe. He made the
I've seen.
final. He made the final 12, and he finished eighth altogether. He led at one time, in the final, but he did very well. Ben Lynch. He's a Canada. He's based in Canada.
If you two want to watch something really, what looks, I can't wait to see it. So the next Winter Olympics are in France,
Yeah.
and they're adding a new ski event to the Olympics in France, and it's called free riding. So free riding is where they are in deep snow, snowboarding or with skis, in deep snow, and they basically come down mountains and make jumps off what would be cliffs and ledges and different things. And it's whoever does the highest off a ledge, whoever does the funkiest trick, and it's nothing to do with speed. It's all to do with the trick. Go on YouTube and watch free riding.
Wow.
I'll wait to see it.
Well, yeah, it sounds very exciting. That's in France in 4 years' time, the next Winter Olympics. But I think the people who really, I think they all deserve their gold medal. But the one to me is the skeleton, head first down this ice. They deserve their gold medal for that one alone. I don't know how do you decide to be a skeleton competitor? I can't get my
So
head around it.
I don't know if you've seen the numbers in the newspapers and things, but
No?
all the way through the Winter Olympics on BBC, they kept saying about GB Olympic Winter Olympic squads are looking for people to come. They have these tryouts all the way through the course of the year, where
Yeah,
you can come and go at bobsleigh, you can come and have a go at skeleton, and it's like a talent scouting session. So
I mean,
with
how?
with that with the skeleton, Great Britain had 3,500 people sign up to come to the talent scouting, and most of them are coming from athletics because they're
Serious?
sprinters and they see the benefit of that, the sprint for that first 20 yards.
Yeah,
And the
and jump.
bobsleigh team have had something like 4,000 people apply. It's like the numbers that want to come and try it. And curling.
Yeah.
So uh, the you'll laugh at this one, boys. The England Curling Training Academy is in Stirling in Scotland. And they've had something like 2,500 people apply, and it crashed their website with people applying to come and not have a go at it, but actually have a go at this talent pool. And where do you think most of these people are coming from to have a go at curling?
Scotland.
No. What sport do you think they're migrating from?
Lawn bowling.
Perfect, spot on.
I was just thinking that
Yeah,
when
it's
you
the
watch,
same. Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
it's just
obviously you
it is
played
just
lawn bowls before,
it's just balls on ice.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but the difference is, I mean, lawn bowling, you're going from one end to the other, right, and you're doing your thing or what have you. But this one, they the group are involved in it. It's not just the person that's laying the ball down or the stone down there. It's the other people that are mushing in front of it and preparing it and doing their thing there. So they're always involved in it. So I mean, and they
So
all,
what they're saying is the hand and eye coordination of bowling is so similar to the hand and eye coordination in curling, and also the feel, the touch, that you know how hard to roll a ball, and your brain is very geared into, well, I think I know how hard to spin that curl, that stone thing.
Yeah.
or even push themselves off that block, because apparently it's the push off that gives them the speed,
Right.
and it's the twisting of the stone. You know, they kind of twist it when they let it go, and they kind of put hook spin or slice spin on it. That is the hand and eye coordination to understand how fast the ice is running is similar to what your hand and eye coordination would be to how fast the green's running if you were bowling. Joe, it's no different to you. How hard you kick it with the instep makes more spin on the ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a bit like me doing a chip out of a bunker, that I'm going to hit it with X amount of speed in my swing, take X amount of speed behind the ball, and that will make X amount of run out on when the ball lands on the green. And you can't teach that. That's from practice and experience and feel.
Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think the three of us should try out for the skeleton.
Do you know what? I would be up if you two wanted to have a go at that. I'll come with you.
What, you drop us off?
No, I'd actually come and have a go with you. If you went down, I'll go next.
I don't think I'd go on. I don't think I'd go. It's like that other one that you were talking about, going down mountains on a snowboard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch that.
No.
I wouldn't go anywhere near it.
No, that wouldn't be for me. I want the parachute on the back of me.
You know what would be really funny if the three of us went to, San Moritz, and we did a bobsleigh between the three of us, because I could imagine all of us, A, laughing, and B, someone getting left behind because then he'd jump into the bobsleigh faster. It would be like,
we left behind. We forgot to jump in.
Joe, I don't think we're going slow.
Oh, for God's sake.
Joe's going faster than us. I think that would be the funniest. I'd get Mary to film it. That would be the funniest.
Oh, she would, yeah. They're coming on to the SportsView bobsleigh team for France 2030. If they can do it in where Jamaica, we can do it. You know.
Honestly, that would be funny, wouldn't it? Could we picture it?
Wouldn't it just?
It would be very cool runnings. Very cool runnings.
Yeah.
That would be funny as well. Or the three of us not getting in the bobsleigh fast enough and the sledge goes down on its own.
Yeah.
We all slip. Can we go again? Anyway, that was a good one. But anyway, the Man United and Everton are half-time minutes 0-0.
Yeah, not surprised by that.
Mary pointed out to me here that we'd have to represent England, Darwin.
What, in the bobsleigh?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think we'd have to have our own little principality, wouldn't we? We have to be Limerick United.
We'll make up one.
The Principality of Limerick.
The Munster bobsleigh team.
There you go.
I think that would just be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it just? Yeah.
The Gary Owen bobsleigh team.
Especially with us mic'd up as well, going, Jesus Christ, just slow this thing down with it.
Oh, for God's sake.
On that note, we hope, I don't know how the match is going to go. We'll go ahead now and watch the second half. But from this edition of SportsView, lads, it's been a blast again. Time is flown. So from Derwin, Joe, and myself, until we meet again next Monday night. Take care. God bless us.
Take care, lads.
Boys.
See you next week.
And a shout out again to Lindsay and Diarmid our two flying the flag for SportsView, Lindsay and Diarmid.
All right.
Thanks. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck.
I'll have to get in touch with them too. Right.
Yeah.
See you lads.
Yeah.